Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy, Brennan Wolf. We're going to be making a video today about when, why, and how to split push on Fiora. And we're kind of just going to skip past the laning phase. There's not really much to talk about. I mean, I could turn it into talk about how to lane against Kale and stuff like that, but that's not what we're here for. So we're going to sit here really quick, and we're going to look at the score right now. It's 25-12, right? We don't have any fighting power. So this is more of the win. So when are we going to split push? This is going to be a good time. We're 2-2. We've got the highest CS in the game. We're strong, so we can take on anyone in a 1v1 at least. This allows us as Fiora, who's a very mobile champ, and you can even take these tips and throw them on any other champion as well. Fiora is very mobile. You get that 3-item power spike. You have some ability haste, and you're able to basically get away with your Q, because your Q is going to be on like a 3-4 second cooldown. You're able to use that to run away or get out of bad situations. And we're looking at our team comp here, and we've got Talon, Victor, Ashe, and Bard. These are all good disengaged champs. They can do damage from range. They can wave clear. And this allows us to split push. So this is us coming out of the base immediately and going straight for a split push. And actually, we're going to back this up when I spawn in the base here. And we're just going to look at the map, right? So we know that they're 3 dead, and we see that Nami's recalling in the back. So this really depends. I'm walking up the top lane, and if Kale's there, then Kale's there. But if Kale's not, then we're going to take advantage of that and go ahead and split push. So you're wanting the win is going to be when you're behind. You don't have fighting power, which is now. We wouldn't win a 5v5. We would lose it very hard. And the more 5v5s we take, the more we're going to fall further and further behind until the game is no longer winnable. Now we're looking at the how, right? So how we're going to split push is by putting down vision, making sure we're aware of where the enemy team is. So in this situation, we see that the dragon's coming up. This is a good opportunity, since we already have 2, to just give this dragon, allow my team to put a little bit of poke pressure on them, and for me to get some individual gold from these towers in the top lane. And we see Kale. Kale's fighting right now. She's fighting against Bard. We see the rest of the team because they just cleared mid-wave. We know where everybody's at. So we know that we're able to go for this. And somebody has to either respond by recalling or to teleport. And you can see on the minimap that they're actually pinging that, hey, somebody needs to catch that. So we're actually going to get a TP out of this, and I'm going to go ahead and finish this. So another thing is that when you're playing Fiora, I don't even have 2 items. I've got 1.5. I haven't finished my Mirror Mana or anything like that. But Fiora splits really fast, especially with cooldown reduction. That's why you're taking the Mirror Mana, because you never run out of mana. So I'm just spamming abilities on the tower, taking it down in like 7-8 seconds, get rid of it. And I'm going to go ahead, and I'm pretty sure in this play I try to fight the Kale. So if the Kale uses the TP and the tower is basically gone, then I can go for the kill on Kale. This is a situation where I've already taken 2 towers, and this is like a green light for an aggressive play to go ahead and try and get the kill. Now if I die, don't really lose anything out of it. We're going to lose the dragon anyways. We decided to give so that I can split push. We're going to lose the dragon. If I die here, we don't lose anything off of it. So, but if I get the kill, then I have a chance to take the tower as well. So we're going to take the tower, go for the kill. Pretty sure we die here. But when you're split pushing, it's all about pressure. You're just trying to make the enemy team respond to you and stop the bleeding. Slowly close that gold gap. And you'll see right here in the middle, this is what I'm talking about. This is a good team comp to split push with, because they can just clear. They do a good job. Even though the Fizz is 15-1, Victor still makes him blow everything to get the kill. The Victor's 0-9. Still makes him blow everything to get rid of it. That's a good sign for us when we're split pushing. They do die a little bit there. But off the spawn here, since we just lost, we're 3 dead, this is where you need to help your team. You don't want to just autopilot and run straight in to the bot lane or the top lane and continue the split. You want to think about it this way. When you're committing to the split push, you're trying to be objectively focused, because at the end of the day, what wins the game is going to be destroying the enemy nexus, not killing, playing team deathmatch and getting 60 kills. That's not going to win you the game. Having good vision will allow you to split push, and it will allow you to play for the objectives. Just like for this kill, we watched Kale walk over this ward. Kale's doing what anyone would do, is try to clear jungle camps on your back, take as much as you can get. We see her. We're going to go ahead and finish this kill, and then continue to put pressure on the map. So instantly, not wasting any time, getting right to it. We're going to start splitting again. And even though I should be bot lane, we already have Victor down there. So notice how I'm staying out of vision. So we've got this pushing. I'm staying out of vision. I'm going to go take some jungle camps where they can't see me. They don't know where I'm at. So they have to be a little bit hesitant with their push in the mid lane as well and decide, do we want to push? Because if they show 5 on the map, then I can come back and catch this wave. And it's also a good thing to go and do jungle camps because you want the waves to build, right? So right now this is about a wave and a half. Now if I went and I did Grump, I did Wolves, and then I noticed that there's a team fight breaking out here, then I can come back with 2.5 waves and push that into this tower. Now let's say I don't get the tower and they fight me off of it. Well, they just lost 2.5 waves worth of XP and gold. So it's a win in the long run. You're just slowly closing that gold gap. If you saw at the beginning, when we started at 1920, we were actually down by about 6k. At this point, after getting those 2 towers, Victor got the bottom tower. All we lost was a dragon, and now we've got the gold lead down to 2.5. And that's all it is. You're just slowly bridging that gap and trying to get back to an even playing field in the game. So right now we're doing a good job. Now we see the way that I'm posturing inside this jungle allows me to make a decision if I can go help my team or go back to the split push. So we're posturing in the jungle. We're staying out of vision. We got the Gromp, and now we notice that Bard and Talon are being chased by 3 people. Well, we see Nidalee as well, who is farming with the Victor. She's matching Victor. This allows me to go mid lane and continue the objective-based playstyle of trying to get as much gold as possible for the team. So I'm going to go straight to mid, help Ashe here, and we're going to take the mid lane tower. So split pushing doesn't always have to do with just being individual in a side lane, taking side towers. You can also help your team while split pushing. And I do think this is funny, by the way. They literally chased this all the way back to the tower. This is a high diamond, low masters game. And I'm telling you, even in silver and bronze and gold, it does not change. When you get up, people still do the same thing, and they make huge mistakes like this, and it allows you to win off of plays. Very simple, just macro and playing for the objective. So here, we don't really do anything. Kite them off. And at this point, I'm going to go right back, and I'm going to help them here. Even though I have TP, it would be faster. Imagine this. So you would think just because you have TP doesn't mean that you go immediately to the split push. Sometimes the right play is to come off of spawn and go to the objective that's being contested and then use your TP if you win the team fight. Let's say we did fight this, and well, I think this does end up being a fight, but let's say we fight this and we just win it hard. We ace them, we get 5 down. Well, that allows my team to go mid lane, push the mid towers, and I'm able to TP to the bot lane and then get bot towers as well. So you're grabbing as much objective as possible, as much gold as you can get for your team. When you're in that split push mindset, it's all about objective. It's all about gold. It's all about bridging the gap. It's all about being productive, always finding something to do on the map. And notice how they were chasing us really hard. We're taking advantage of the fact that they're chasing. Talon's doing the same thing, and you'll notice there's another play later in the game where I do the same thing. Whenever you're running away from the enemy team when they're chasing you, it's always best to run. If you know you're dead, it's always best to run to their base, run to them to get away, because you're not going to get away. You already know you're going to die. You don't run back to your towers if you already know that you're dead, because it's going to give them less or more of an advantage once they actually kill you to be able to push the wave or do whatever. But if you run all the way back to their base, their towers, just to waste their time, it's going to take them about 10, 15, 20 seconds to reposture, get set up for the push, and be able to push your objectives. So Talon actually made a really good play running through their base, making them chase them. They won that team fight, but they get absolutely nothing out of it. So we're still sitting at this 2.5 gold deficit. And I have TP, but I'm going to go bot lane instead of top for the same thing. And I'm pretty sure I leashed this blue buff for Nidalee. She just throws a spear.
Bruh.
She gets that, so that's pretty awesome. But notice how I'm just taking everything possible. We're, you know, running through, grabbing everything available. He comes and smites that. That's totally fine. We're just trying to be fast. We want those timers back up. We're giving this dragon again, and we're going to start split pushing again. So we're going to notice, we're going to see a bunch of people mid lane here. We see 1, we see 2, we see 3, we see 4. We see the whole team. This is a green light for us to go ahead and split push. They don't need to win this. they don't need to get any kills, but if they do, it's a big deal. So having this team comp that allows them to kite backwards makes the split push way easier. So now we're going to use our Mirror mana. We never run out of mana. We're just going to spam abilities, push this as fast as possible while they're fighting, and take this tower. And we take it fast. So this is what I'm talking about. This is 2 items, and we're looking at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 8 seconds to take the tower, and we just keep pushing. So once again, and you got to realize how important the tier 2 towers are. Tier 2 towers, ever since they buffed them a few patches ago, it's about 700 gold. 700 individual gold, which is insane. Just completely massive if you're getting those towers by yourself. Now notice how I'm playing the bot side the same way that I was playing the top side. I'm staying in their jungle. I'm staying out of vision. They don't know where I'm at. And we're just basically causing chaos and being a nuisance. This was a very lucky W there, or zap. But we're not leaving. We're going to stay until we know that we need to run. So I'm keeping pressure just in case they start fighting and they might, the enemy team might make a mistake and die. Then I'm able to go catch this and go back to bot. So we're just hanging out. And then once we know that I see Victor backing, I see my team has lost that fight and is backing up. We see 4 mid. This is the time where we're going to want to back and go help our team out a bit. So they push them back a bit. So this is going to lead back into us split pushing. We decide, you kind of like run diagonally and then you make a decision. Am I going to go mid and help them, or am I going straight for the splits? So we're going straight for the split now that we know that the threat is gone on our towers. And we're going right back to it. We're just causing chaos, causing pressure. So once they see me down here, this is when they force a fight. They force a fight right when we see it. I haven't seen Kale yet, so that's the issue. So I'm kind of like slow pushing, like I'm still split pushing, but just not like completely using like parry and all that to clear the wave. I do see that they hard engage here. There's a huge gap, but they go for it since they see me bot lane. And all I need my team to do, they can die and it's fine. So even if they die here, it's all good because we've got the split. Somebody has to come and respond to you, right? So they're getting on Baron, but I'm not going to use my TP to Baron because what are the odds that we're going to win this fight? Look at the positioning. We don't have anything working for us. They have 5 there. They were all very healthy after the kill. The best thing to do is to continue the split. Don't try to go for the Baron and waste your flash and your TP and everything just to die. It's not worth it. It's going to be better to trade off this bot tower and put pressure on the map rather than trying to save the Baron. So I'm going to split this. I believe Fizz comes and tries to stop me. But at this point, we're playing Fiora. This is 3-item Fiora. Nobody's going to 1v1 you. The second that he steps up like that, is dead. He's dead. So we're going to go ahead and take care of this. 17-3 Fizz. And now we don't stay. There's a TP there. We saw a TP. It does get canceled. Now, this is a good question though, right? So the TP got canceled, and I'm still leaving instead of staying to get this. Well, there's no point, right? There's no point to try and stay and get it because the wave was going to push back. It was going to catch here, and then Kale was going to be there by the time we got there. And I am about 500 HP, 600. This is a level 15 Kale, 3 items. She is going to one-shot me. There's no point in staying. We get out of here. And also my team stole the Baron, which is kind of huge. So this is more showing the how we're putting pressure, getting back to our team, putting pressure, getting back to our team, playing completely objective based, and just focused on that. I'm not focused on getting any kills. I don't care about kills. You might as well call this a pacifist build, right? We're just trying to get objectives, and we're not really too worried about killing the enemy team because that's not what's going to win us this game. We're too far behind in that aspect of the kills, but we're getting we've now taken the gold lead from getting all these extra towers. We've taken the gold lead. We did steal the Baron, Talon did, which was pretty crazy. Even if he didn't, we still would have been fine. Even if he didn't steal the Baron, the gold gap would have been, they get 1,500 for that. We're up by 800, so they would have only had a 700 gold lead. So we've been slowly cutting it down, and that's all it's about, is stopping that bleeding, slowing down the game, making it your pace, and causing chaos on their side of the map. We see dragons coming up right now, so I want to stay alive. I never switch to blue wards. We'll talk about blue and yellow wards really quick, but it depends. It depends how fast they are. Now, if it's like a blue cane or something like that who can just run through walls and catch you you know, in 2 seconds, then blue wards are probably better. In this game, I'm using yellows to have more vision, to have like double wards and be able to put them down wherever I see fit. Because I don't need to put a ward, you know, I don't need to be walking here and need to put a ward here because nobody on this team can catch me from here. They don't have any long range CC. They don't have any fast champion like Kled or Kane who's going to come catch me in 2 seconds if I'm standing right here. So we're just kind of like, once again, we're going to hide up here. We're doing the split push. We see Kale here. But just because I see Kale, I don't want to back. I don't want to leave just because I see Kale. I want them to think that they've pushed me out of it, but I'm really going to sit here and wait. So we're going to sit, we're going to wait, you know, count to 5, count to 6, wait until you see somebody on the map, and then go ahead and go for it. So in this situation, I had vision right here. I knew I was safe once the wave got to this point, and then we jump right back to the wave. Luckily, Kale backs as well there, and you would assume that Kale would back when it's a 2-2 dragon with dragon coming up. So you're just keeping that objective-based mindset. We're not too worried about the dragon. My team already has the initial prio because of how much pressure we're putting on the top lane. They had 2 people come to respond to me. They had Fizz up here and they had Kale, so they are late. They're late to get to the dragon. Now they have to make a decision. Do they go to the dragon even though they're late, or do they come and try and stop me? So we're making them constantly make decisions of what their next play is going to be based off one person, based off what I'm doing in the game. And that's basically how you want to split push. So you'll see here, they both respond. And Fizz makes a decision a little bit too late to come back to the dragon. Notice how he just gives up. And I'm going to waste this Kale's time. If somebody wants to chase you like this on Fiora, they're not going to catch you. We're just going to waste our time. We're not going to go back in and make any crazy type of play. We're just going to take Kale out of the team fight. And the beauty of this is that it's the illusion of choice, basically. The fact that she thinks that she can kill me. I could literally queue over this wall and TP back to my team. I have TP up. She does not. We're playing the macro a lot better. We've got TP advantage. If we wanted to, we could literally just go help our team and then win this fight. But I trust the team, so I'm just going to keep wasting Kale's time and keep my TP up, especially because it's not a soul, it's not crazy prio or anything like that. So here, we're just wasting the Kale's time. It's beautiful, really. So now she's done nothing to help her team. She's here, and now this allows us to make a play where we can sneak through and see if we can come behind the team. Now I'm going to get caught on a ward, sadly, so I won't be able to come behind them and make any plays. But I'm still just causing havoc. They have no plays they can make. They can't hard engage on the team. They don't know where Fiora is. She just killed a ward in their top jungle. If they go for it, they might get flanked and die, so they have to back up and defend the tower. So this is just all macro. Now we realize that they saw me because I killed the ward, and I go right back to top lane. We see 5. We go right back to top lane, and then we lose vision, right? I lost vision on all of them. I don't know where they are. Now it's time to back because I don't know where they are. But notice how they just keep wasting time, coming back, looking for me, coming back, looking for me. And now we back and we're instantly into the bot lane. So they're clearing out top, making sure Fiora is gone, checking the bushes, and within 10 seconds I'm going to be putting pressure on the bot lane immediately. So they've now realized I'm not here. They're picking up their jungle camps and they're getting back to reposture to push for mid. Well, here I am, already bot lane, pushing it again. So we're causing chaos. We're making them freak out, basically. They're starting to lose. They're starting to fall behind now. And we're down by 16 kills. Our Victor is 0-11, our Bard is 0-9, and yet we have the gold lead. So this is an interesting one because this fight right here breaks out right in front of me. Instead of me splitting, you know, top in the fight happening here in bot jungle, well, I'm in bot jungle with them. So this is 32 minutes into the game. When it comes to a play like this is where you have to make a decision if you're going to help your team or continue the split. In this decision, I almost think 90% of the time it's better to help your team because it's too easy for the enemy team to win this fight 5v4 and then come and stop you because there's no gap to close. Now, if they're fighting here and you're pushing here, well, that's going to take 15 seconds for them to get there. If they're fighting here and win it and you're pushing this tower, well, it's only going to take them 5 seconds to get back to you and you have no way out. So here we are. We see the fight breaking off and we're like, all right, we're going to help the team. So we go in, do our thing. I'm not trying to like hard dive the back line or anything like that. I'm just trying to stop them from killing my teammates, basically. At this point, you have to hard commit. I'll take 2 with me. A 1-for-2 trade, that's perfectly fine. So now it's a 3v3, and we're good. We don't lose anything. I I think Ashe does get caught here, actually. But that's just because Ashe got caught. She didn't need to step up or do anything like that. But since we took a 2 for 2, they don't get anything out of it. They're all resetting, and now we're good to go. And we're basically back on pace. And notice how I'm coming off spawn, grabbing this, I'm going straight for it. Now I know that I'm pretty sure I saw the Fizz and I saw the Kale. Or I didn't see the Kale, I saw the Fizz, and I was going to fight him. I saw that. I went ahead and ulted him to get the move speed in case I needed to run and I was going to waste their time. And I'm going to keep pushing this because you want to like match up waves when you're splitting, right? You want to match up waves. So if this wave is here, I want this wave right here if I'm trying to push. I want our waves to be synced. So when we're pushing together. Because if you push a wave, let's say I'm up here and your teammates have a wave here, well, they can just respond to you because they don't need to respond to that yet. So you want to try to match up the waves so you're hitting 2 objectives at the same time. You would want these to both hit here. So I'm trying to like push this, but I'm also wondering if I don't know where they are. I don't have any vision. I know that one of them stayed and one of them is going to try to match me. But I wasn't sure if somebody was going to try to go mid to slow down the push here. So here we are. So I'm going to play this back wall a little bit just in case I need to run. So I see the Fizz and instantly notice how we're running towards their base. I'm going to waste all their time. We're going to stay alive as long as possible. Make them waste their time because now, when they do kill me, the wave is all the way back here instead of me running this way and then the wave being like right here where they can just take 1 and 2. Now they have to wait for the wave to click here and then they got to kill it again here. So it's another 20, 30 seconds that we take off the time that they could be getting objectives. If we run the other way and they clear the wave with them, well, this wave would already be here and they would just have to wait for the wave to get up here, which saves them once again about 15 seconds. So dying like this on a split push, not really the worst thing ever. So in this situation, they were already postured towards Baron. That was the reason we split that way. We split bot to be able to put pressure on objectives. Talon was able to sneak through since we've taken all these extra towers on our split earlier. Now he's able to go ahead and get the inhibitor. So it's just massive pressure all around the board. We're making this game impossible to play for them. Look how they all have to respond to it. They all have to respond to it. They don't have a choice. And this allows us to go ahead and grab the Baron. So I spawn up, I TP onto the Baron, and then we come and we try to get the dragon too. Now we can give this dragon, which we do, and I think we die here. This was a pretty bad fight. I'm not sure why we took it. I stay alive here, and we just kind of back. And now it's up to, I'm the only one alive. But since we got that inhib, somebody has to go respond to it. Somebody has to go and respond to it. Because let's say that I come out here and I kill both them and then I TP because they all wanted to come to the mid lane. Well, then they lose the game. So somebody has to go back and respond to it, which makes the pressure and the threat of them being here a lot less scary. Because I can just posture up on a Vital and make it seem like I can kill them. I don't have to do anything. I can take a bunch of damage. I'm really just waiting until my teammates' death timers are up. So we're wasting your ulti. We're going back in. We're keeping Baron buff on it. And we lose the tower, and that's it. And that's pretty good for being 4 down at 37 minutes. That's all we lost, but we stayed alive. So now we go back in. And now we're going to come right back out and go right for the split push again. Keep that pressure on them. There's no objectives up. We have flash up. We don't have TP, but we don't need it right now. So we see Talon is posturing with us. He's playing with us on the split here. We see 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the only person that could be left is Jinx. Well, we've got Talon and me, so it doesn't matter. Jinx isn't going to do anything to us. It's all about keeping track of who's where on the map. Notice how they have to respond. But they have to respond so fast, and we have such long-range champions, they can't even keep their recalls. They lose their recalls. They die here. We get the kill on Jinx because she was the only one there to defend. And now this is where we're going to cause pressure again. So they're seeing that I'm coming from behind. It scares them. They try to back up. Well, it's too late because you're playing against Ashe Victor, so you die there. But since I'm playing inside the jungle, I can come right back when it's time. So we come right back. We're going to take the kill on Nami. Finish the Fizz. And end the game. And win a game that we definitely should not have won. That's for sure. So basically, that is the when, why, and how to split push on Fiora. And you can use these tips on other champions, and it would probably work the same way. Obviously, this might be a little bit sloppy, but I'm trying to get better with the educational content, and this won't be the only time I do like a split push guide or something like that. I plan on getting better at these and listening to people's feedback, what they want to see, what they want to hear, what looks good, what doesn't look good. So this was new for me, and it was exciting to try. I just wanted to show off a really cool game where you can still win a game when you're down 20 kills. It's always winnable. There's always a way. You just have to play it right. And in this game, we just had better macro than them. We were able to pull out the win. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.